Have you ever wondered why you feel so different from everyone else? Why your heart seems to beat to a rhythm others can't hear? This is not random. This is not coincidence. Look at your birth certificate. That date holds a divine secret about who you are. I'm about to reveal what heaven whispered over you the moment you took your first breath. The spiritual code encrypted in your birth month that explains everything: your struggles, your gifts, your purpose. Music intensifies. What I'm about to share has transformed thousands of lives. People who once felt lost suddenly understanding their divine calling. People who questioned their worth, discovering they were chosen for greatness before time began. Your birth month is not just when you arrived on earth. It's when heaven activated a specific spiritual mission through you. Today, I pull back the veil between worlds to show you what God encoded in your timeline. Are you ready to discover who you truly are? When God spoke to Jeremiah saying, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you," he wasn't just speaking to a prophet from ancient times. He was speaking about you. Your existence isn't random. Every detail was divinely orchestrated, including the exact month you were born. This timing carries spiritual significance that explains your deepest traits, your natural gifts, and the mission heaven assigned specifically to you. The ancient spiritual masters understood this truth. They knew that time itself carries energy, purpose, and divine intention. When you were born, you inherited not just your family's DNA, but a spiritual inheritance from heaven itself. What you're about to discover will explain why you've always felt the way you do, why certain struggles keep finding you, why specific doors open for you when others remain closed. The answer has been hidden in plain sight, in your birth month. Those born in January arrive with fire in their souls. When God created light on the first day, He infused January births with the same primordial energy to illuminate paths where darkness has taken hold. If this is your month, you've felt the weight of being first. First to break family cycles. First to step into unknown territory. First to speak truth when others remain silent. You're not just a leader, you're an initiator. Your divine calling is to create beginnings where others see only endings, to forge new paths where others see only walls. Like John the Baptist preparing the way, you clear spiritual paths before others even recognize the need for a journey. Your presence itself shifts atmospheres, creating motion where stagnation once ruled. Your shoulders carry the weight of pioneering, but heaven has reinforced your spirit for this exact purpose. When you step forward in faith, supernatural strength rises within you, because you were literally born for the breakthrough moments. February. Births carry the rarest spiritual gift, hearts that can hold others' pain without breaking. When you walk into a room, tensions dissolve. When you speak, souls find rest. Your divine mission isn't loud or flashy. It's in the silent spaces between words, in the gentle touch that communicates more than speeches ever could. You heal without even trying. Just as Jesus was presented at the temple in February, you too were consecrated for a ministry of restoration. You build bridges between wounded hearts. You translate between misunderstanding souls. You create sanctuary wherever you go. This isn't weakness. It's spiritual power in its purest form. In a world of sharp edges, you are divine softness. In a culture of shouting, you are sacred whispers. Your presence itself is medicine for broken spirits. When others rush to judgment, you pause to understand. When others condemn, you seek to restore. This is your heaven-sent calling, to be the embodiment of peace in a world at war with itself. March. Children are born with storms in their blood and unwavering faith in their bones. Like Noah, building an ark while skies were still clear, you possess vision that sees beyond current reality. Your spiritual DNA contains cosmic resilience, the ability to stand firm when everything around you trembles, the wisdom to prepare for spiritual seasons others cannot yet perceive. God has entrusted you with a sailor's heart, steady hands on life's wheel when waves crash highest. You navigate through chaos while keeping heaven's coordinates fixed in your sight. Your calling isn't to avoid difficult waters, but to master them. Each storm you weather isn't punishment. It's sacred training for the souls you'll eventually guide to safety through their own tempests. The spiritual authority you carry wasn't given casually. It was forged through trials that would have broken others. Yet here you stand, unshaken, living proof that faithfulness outlasts any flood. March. Children are born with storms in their blood and unwavering faith in their bones. Like Noah building an ark while skies were still clear, you possess vision that sees beyond current reality. Your spiritual DNA contains cosmic resilience, the ability to stand firm when everything around you trembles, the wisdom to prepare for spiritual seasons others cannot yet perceive. God has entrusted you with a sailor's heart, steady hands on life's wheel when waves crash highest. You navigate through chaos while keeping heaven's coordinates fixed in your sight. Your calling isn't to avoid difficult waters, but to master them. Each storm you weather isn't punishment. It's sacred training for the souls you'll eventually guide to safety through their own tempests. The spiritual authority you carry wasn't given casually. It was forged through trials that would have broken others. Yet here you stand, unshaken, living proof that faithfulness outlasts any flood. March children are born with storms in their blood and unwavering faith in their bones. Like Noah building an ark while skies were still clear, you possess vision that sees beyond current reality. Your spiritual DNA contains cosmic resilience, the ability to stand firm when everything around you trembles, the wisdom to prepare for spiritual seasons others cannot yet perceive. God has entrusted you with a sailor's heart, steady hands on life's wheel when waves crash highest. You navigate through chaos while keeping heaven's coordinates fixed in your sight. Your calling isn't to avoid difficult waters, but to master them. Each storm you weather isn't punishment. It's sacred training for the souls you'll eventually guide to safety through their own tempests. The spiritual authority you carry wasn't given casually. It was forged through trials that would have broken others. Yet here you stand, unshaken, living proof that faithfulness outlasts any flood. June carries the anointing of divine architecture. Those born in this month don't just dream. They design, plan, and construct with heaven's blueprints in hand. Your spiritual gift is seeing beneath surfaces to the foundations that truly matter. While others chase appearances, you're examining structural integrity. While others seek quick results, you're building for eternity. Like the wise builder who constructed his house upon rock, you instinctively recognize that lasting impact requires proper foundation. This isn't caution, it's spiritual wisdom. Heaven has entrusted you with the sacred calling of creating spaces, physical, emotional, and spiritual, where others can flourish safely. Your life's work may not always be immediately visible, but it outlasts the flashier constructions around you. Your divine assignment is to build with such integrity that when storms test your work, it doesn't merely survive, it shelters others. The structures you create, whether relationships, ministries, businesses, or homes, carry your spiritual signature of excellence and durability. July births enter the world with holy curiosity burning in their spirits. Like Thomas, who needed to touch the wounds to believe, you possess a sacred hunger for authentic truth that goes beyond surface acceptance. Your spiritual calling isn't to settle for inherited beliefs, but to pursue intimate revelation. Your questions aren't rebellion, they're the pathway to deeper faith. Your doubts aren't weakness, they're invitations to more profound understanding. Heaven has anointed you with discernment that pierces through religious performance to find authentic connection. When others accept shallow answers, something in your spirit keeps digging for the true pearl. Your divine assignment is to seek with such passion that others are awakened from spiritual slumber. Your journey inspires those around you to move beyond comfortable faith into transformative encounter. The questions you ask create space for God to speak fresh revelation. The depths you explore map new territory for those who will follow. Your unwillingness to settle for less than authentic truth creates pathways to profound spiritual discovery. August children arrive with eternity etched in their souls. Like the disciples who witnessed Christ's transfiguration, you perceive divine reality behind physical appearance. Your spiritual DNA contains a unique hunger for the supernatural presence of God, not just religious activity, but tangible encounter. You're satisfied with nothing less than authentic glory. Heaven has positioned you as a thin place where the veil between worlds grows transparent. Through your prayers, your worship, your very presence, others catch glimpses of divine reality they might otherwise miss. Your divine calling is to be living proof that the supernatural is natural. Your life demonstrates that communion with God isn't just theological concept, but daily experience. The glory you carry shifts atmospheres without words being spoken. When others are content with shallow spirituality, something in you keeps pressing beyond, scaling the mountain to witness transfiguration firsthand. This hunger isn't just for yourself. It creates access points for others to encounter divine presence through your testimony. September births carry heaven's anointing for divine order. Like the Spirit hovering over chaos in Genesis, you possess supernatural ability to bring alignment where confusion once ruled. Your spiritual calling is to recognize divine patterns hidden within apparent disorder. Where others see random events, you perceive sacred purpose. Where others feel overwhelmed, you discern next steps with supernatural clarity. Heaven has entrusted you with strategic vision, the ability to organize not just physical spaces, but spiritual atmospheres. Your mind naturally creates systems that serve divine purposes rather than human agendas. Your presence itself brings clarity. Your insights create pathways through complexity. Your wisdom transforms confusion into comprehension. This isn't mere organizational skill. It's spiritual authority over chaos. The divine order you establish creates space for miracles that require proper alignment. The structures you implement aren't rigid. They're life-giving frameworks where divine purpose can flow unhindered. October arrives with winds of change, and those born in this month embody sacred transformation. Like leaves releasing from branches, you understand that letting go is not death, but preparation for new life. Your spiritual calling is to embrace divine evolution, to demonstrate that God's greatest work often begins with beautiful endings. You recognize that transformation isn't just occasional, it's your natural spiritual rhythm. Heaven has anointed you with supernatural adaptability, the courage to release when others cling, the wisdom to see endings as doorways rather than disasters, the faith to walk through seasons of stripping with confidence in coming restoration. Your divine assignment is to guide others through necessary transitions. Your life demonstrates that surrender isn't defeat, but the beginning of victory. Your testimony proves that God's best often arrives after letting go of what once seemed essential. When others resist change, you recognize divine invitation within it. When others fear transition, you perceive holy opportunity. This isn't mere flexibility, it's prophetic understanding of spiritual seasons and sacred timing completely. Your spiritual calling is to see beneath surfaces, recognizing divine activity behind human behavior, spiritual roots beneath physical symptoms, heavenly purposes within earthly circumstances. Heaven has entrusted you with rare discernment, not to condemn, but to illuminate, not to expose, but to guide. Your insights aren't just observations, they're revelations that create pathways to freedom. Your divine assignment is to perceive what remains hidden to others, not for power, but for liberation. Your spiritual vision identifies both dangers to avoid and treasures to pursue that physical eyes cannot detect. When others are deceived by appearances, something in your spirit recognizes truth. When others miss divine signals, you naturally interpret them. This isn't suspicious nature. It's supernatural sight granted for kingdom purposes. December, the lightbearers. December. Children arrive when darkness seems strongest, but light is already winning. Like Christ entering a world of shadows, you carry dawn within you, even at midnight. Your spiritual calling is to embody divine hope. Not naive optimism, but unshakable confidence in promises yet unseen. Something in your spirit refuses to accept darkness as final authority. Heaven has positioned you as living proof that light always overcomes. Your presence itself illuminates shadowed spaces. Your faith pierces through despair. Your joy defies circumstances. Your divine assignment is to carry light where shadows have reigned too long, not through force, but through presence. Like stars that don't struggle to shine, you naturally radiate hope in environments of hopelessness. When others surrender to darkness, something in your spirit still perceives approaching dawn. When others can only see what is, you naturally perceive what will be. This isn't denial. It's prophetic hope anchored in divine promises. Understanding your spiritual birth code isn't about limiting yourself to certain traits. It's about awakening to the divine intentions written into your very existence. Heaven wasn't casual about your arrival. The exact month you took your first breath was divinely orchestrated to align you with specific spiritual gifts needed for this generation. January's leadership, February's peace, March's resilience, April's resurrection power, May's unshakable faith, June's master building, July's truth seeking, August's glory carrying, September's divine order, October's transformation, November's spiritual sight, December's light bearing. These aren't just personality traits, they're spiritual assignments written into your divine DNA. They explain your deepest longings, your natural abilities, and the battles that have found you throughout life. When you align with heaven's intentions for your birth timing, supernatural grace flows. Doors that once seemed locked swing open. Struggles that once defined you become the very platform for your greatest impact. Today marks a sacred moment of recognition. Heaven is activating what was planted in you before birth. The spiritual code encrypted in your timeline is being unlocked right now as you hear these words. You were never meant to be ordinary. Your birth wasn't just adding another person to Earth's population. It was heaven deploying divine purpose into human form. The world doesn't need another carbon copy. It needs you, fully awakened to the specific calling written into your birth month. It needs your January leadership or your December hope, your April resurrection power or your November spiritual sight. Heaven is waiting for your yes, your conscious alignment with what was spiritually activated the day you were born. The world is waiting for the authentic expression of what God encoded in your timeline. Will you embrace it? Will you step fully into the divine calling written in your birth month? Will you become who heaven always knew you were? Your birth month was no accident. Your existence is no mistake. You are heaven's intention made flesh, carrying divine purpose the world desperately needs. It's time to stop comparing yourself to others. It's time to stop questioning your worth. It's time to align with what heaven has been whispering since before your first heartbeat. The divine code hidden in your birth month isn't just interesting information. It's spiritual activation for your highest purpose. And now that you know, nothing can ever be the same again. If this message awakens something in your spirit, share your birth month in the comments. This revelation isn't just for you. It's for every soul divinely positioned through sacred timing. Follow our channel for more heavenly revelations that activate your highest purpose. The chosen ones are awakening. Are you among them?